hype ourselves up for tomorrow, then wake up in the morning and we're not able to feel even the slightest hint of that motivation. When we don't keep our promises, we essentially betray our brain. The progress is slow, and the key word here is the progress. You know exactly what part of the month you will have that spike of energy and when you will most likely to just not care much about anything. Today is a very fun topic. I know that we all the people on this earth struggle with that. We think it's something of a burden. We will get to ancient Greeks, what they said. Discipline. How to make yourself do what is necessary. How to not lose motivation even when things aren't moving forward or not moving at a desired pace. Please don't click out of the video without saying hi to me in comments, even if you're here for just a minute. I do sincerely want to get to know you and build a connected, strong community. Stop by and let's chat in comments. Tell me your name, share your opinions and thoughts. Maybe you are that disciplined person. Share your tricks with us. We would love to know them. These are the top discipline concepts that work for me. I have observed a few types of people in life. Those who thrive on discipline and those who thrive in chaos, in their own rhythm, and act on demand and quick. Both of these types are successful. The second type is very hard for me to understand. They are impulsive and they often don't even have a clear plan of action. And yet we cannot say they're doing it totally wrong because they do achieve what they intend to achieve. And according to the research, the side effects of thriving in chaos are definitely there, but it takes time and pains until you start realizing that it's taking a toll on your brain. If you think your strong side is acting on demand, quick and impulsive, try that. But even ancient philosophers talk about discipline. Aristotle said, through discipline comes freedom. And Dalai Lama said, a disciplined mind leads to happiness. And undisciplined mind leads to suffering. Observe yourself, see what works for you best. To be honest, philosopher really convinced me. How do you begin? Start from the most basic. Provide the most essential needs for your body. Healthy conditions for your body that will in turn pay off by thriving and giving you energy to stick to discipline. It includes the simplest steps like enough sleep. Anything less than 7 hours of sleep leads to a much reduced ability to remember, learn new things, focus, and make decisions. This is exactly what you need for discipline, focus, and decision making. The night I don't get enough sleep is guaranteed to result in less focus and drive for me the next day. I am more likely to skip my workout or eat unhealthy that day. The other condition is the food you eat. Is it something that takes your energy away or gives you energy? Foods like meat, sugar, dairy, alcohol, all associated with making you feel more tired. Nutrient-dense foods like vegetables, fruits, fish, berries, lentils, grains, water provide a lot of energy, keeping your body in an active state, keeping your mental and physical state in check. So if you feel like you haven't been able to discipline yourself, make sure all of the above are under control, and if not, give yourself at least a week to bring your body into a healthier mode before embarking on a strict disciplinary process. Otherwise, it simply won't work. After a couple of days, your willpower will simply check out. It really doesn't need any research to know that if you systematically deprive yourself of sleep or essential needs for your body, it will negatively impact your ability to thrive in daily life. You just will not even want anything other than rest and eating junk food. It is usually when we start something new, we know that we will need discipline. And this is where it is important to remember that no project ever goes successfully straight up without any dips. Disciplining yourself in the very beginning despite your results is crucial. I mean, we really don't have to think of any extreme examples here. Stop and check out my recent video views. Sad picture. But this is where discipline and consistency does the work. The progress is slow and sometimes seems very unnoticeable. But the key word here is the progress. The progress is there whether or not you acknowledge it. It takes more than 21 days despite the popular opinion. For me, it took close to 4 months of strict, consistent workouts for my mind to stop rejecting and seeing exercising as something difficult and dreadful. All 4 months of my discipline, my mind kept dreading working out until one day I realized that my mentality just changed, which doesn't mean I am always motivated to work out now, but rather I am disciplined. A lot of wisdom says that there should never be a goal, only the journey. If you from the very beginning perceive it this way, you will have it easier. The goal is not about starting exercising and never stopping. It's too much. It's about showing up again and again and again and again, especially when I started paying close attention to the overall picture, realized how each separate element affects my discipline, such as my sleeping, my emotional state throughout the day, being able to put aside what isn't necessary for me currently, eating habits, and exercising. I have more control over adjusting how I feel when I'm aware of those existing elements that impact my drive. If I go to bed late, let's say, I don't allow myself to feel as if I'm being irresponsible. I simply make myself aware that tomorrow I won't be as focused and productive. And this is my conscientious decision. So I don't beat myself over it and don't allow to drag myself down the next day. I simply work with what I have, the energy that I have preserved myself basically throughout the night. Majority of us look for motivation as the top priority when achieving certain goals, but motivation is one of the least useful elements in achieving high results because motivation doesn't last. We've all been through nights when we hype ourselves up and feel most empowered for tomorrow, then wake up in the morning and we're not able to feel even the slightest hint of that motivation we felt at night. This is exactly why when I feel that rush of motivation and start feeling excited over something, I stop myself and ground myself, saying that this is just an emotion. You will need to put in work and discipline yourself. Whatever you're feeling right now won't last. Some days, and if I'm completely frank with you, most days you need to force yourself. Not force like doing what you don't need in your life, but rather put an extra effort into something that you know you need and want. Willpower and motivation are pretty much the last in achieving results. Publicly announce your goal. Whatever it is you want to accomplish, you are more likely to stick to it and not fall off the wagon when you already shared with people what you want to accomplish. It doesn't work for everybody. I know my sister-in-law, for example, if she shares what she is accomplishing, trying to accomplish, it loses the whole power for her. She can't do it anymore. So she usually does it secretly and has more results that way. So you see what works for you. For me, it definitely works. I've tested it many times. Like a couple of years ago when I started my running journey, I would post on Instagram how many miles I ran, when I run, that I'm looking forward to my next run tomorrow, that I'm planning to run for the entire week, not skip any days. Let's see how I can handle that, blah, blah, blah. And this really kept me in check, and people would comment back, people would ask me questions, and they felt motivated too with my determination. So this is another like type of responsibility, societal responsibility. When you announced and people sort of start without even consciously realizing that, rely on your determination, and that in turn also results in their motivation for themselves. Another concept is to narrow down the steps to a very minimum, so it's easier to get on with whatever you are trying to discipline yourself with. For example, have your gym bag always ready. Have your workout gear in the place where you work out so you can start whenever you get that moment to work out, especially if you have kids. If you want to finish reading a book, have it with you everywhere you are so you have an easy access to it. When you know it doesn't take much effort, you are most likely to just jump on it and do it. The book Atomic Habits is one of the top in learning how to discipline yourself, how to develop new habits easier. I really highly suggest reading it. You will benefit from reading the Atomic Habits 100%. Now, motivation, as we already know, is a very weak factor. Results, on the other hand, is what will carry you through rough days. For example, take photos of your body, save results of other people, stories of success, statistics, and give yourself credit for the tiniest progress. Don't be afraid to overpraise yourself. Every little tiny accomplishment deserves your praise because it will give you the strength to keep going. The lack of results demotivates. And the tiniest results motivate more than anything. So be patient and be honest with yourself. Yes, this isn't where you want to be, but things are moving forward. And yes, you see it. Give yourself credit. Always remember what Emerson said: life is a journey, not a destination. Discipline bounces off the same concept. Enjoying the process is the most crucial part and most difficult for many people to learn. The perfect crossbar that you come to and where you finally achieve the state of perfect discipline, when everything suddenly starts coming together easy for you, it does not exist. The state of balanced discipline comes and goes. You will always have ups and downs, more and less productive periods. For girls especially, by the way, it is easier to track according to the cycle. If you've previously paid attention to your cycle, you know exactly what part of the month you will have that spike of energy and when you will most likely to just not care much about anything. If I, for example, start noticing that I lost focus, the first thing I check is my cycle, and the next is whether or not I have been taking appropriate care of my body, sleeping enough, eating good food, drinking enough water, staying in a mentally healthy state. All of these factors really impact the drive for the discipline that you strive for. I once read about this concept of enjoying the process, the journey, and I just took it to heart once and for all. Anything, even what I dislike naturally, I learned to enjoy the process of that. For example, washing pots. I used to hate doing it until I learned to enjoy the process of slowly making pots cleaner, scrubbing off, lathering up, then rinsing off. All satisfying steps, because with each step, I pay attention to the results that feels rewarding to my brain. Or working out. You tell yourself that you are living the comfortable enough life where you can allow yourself to have a gym membership, where you can work out, use sauna, and a swimming pool. You are living the lifestyle that allows you to take the time for yourself and treat your body and your mind. It is a luxury for many people, especially in other countries. So enjoy your luxury of going to the gym and using the facility, working out, swimming pool, everything. Treat it as self-care. Working out at home, treat it as self-care. Cleaning your house, treat it as self-care, literally, because you are making your nest pretty, comfortable, healthy for your mind and your body. Treat everything you do in life as self-care. Learn to enjoy the journey. But the truth is, you will only learn to enjoy the process, the journey, if you keep mindful of your steps. Split your process into steps and learn to enjoy it. And you will start seeing progress and results much faster, because when you break it up, it is as if you split open an atom and you are able to see smaller, tinier result pieces. Exactly what we usually don't pay attention to when we focus on the end goal instead of the process. We don't see tiny results because we want those results, that goal, that's where I'm going, and I don't have it. I'm unhappy. I quit. Discipline is basically based on a promise to yourself. When we don't keep our promises, we essentially betray our brain. And what is our brain responsible for? Correct. Everything. Everything in your life. Just think about it. And it is quite scary when you internalize it. You make your brain stop believing you. So the brain adjusts and gets used to the way you are and then makes it a norm for you. So you essentially become a liar without even realizing you're a liar, because your brain adjusted it to the comfortable feeling of norm for you to lessen the stress for your body. Yes, you're not lying to other people, but you are absolutely certainly lying to yourself, and as a system, it is written all over your brain physically. If you read a little about how liar's brain works, you will be pretty shook. Take some time and educate yourself a little on that. Being a mature person is an achievement on its own. Mature person has enough strength to keep promises. You simply have to understand that keeping promises to yourself will keep you stronger in most other parts of your life, including your faith, strong friendships, personal development. There are emergency times when you shouldn't be hard on yourself. But as a rule, keeping promises to yourself is the foundation of discipline in all that you do in life. For this video, these are the top discipline concepts that work for me. Comment which ones you especially liked and do incorporate them into your life because they do really work. Thank you so much for those who stop by and leave comments. I really appreciate that. I appreciate this more than ever. Everything at this beginning stage of my YouTube channel when I'm coming back and trying to have the ball rolling, it's very important to me. I appreciate, like, seriously every single one of you stopping by and saying hi to me. So thank you for that. I see you, I appreciate you, and I will see all of you and hopefully even more in my next video. Bye everyone. Mwah.